Hey, friends. This is Martine Williams, and I am obsessed with all things mompreneur life and helping you to remix your priorities, your habits, your mindsets, and yes, even your relationships so that you can build a successful business without losing yourself in the process. I'm also obsessed with the color turquoise and lyrics of the 80s and 90s, but that's beside the point. Girlfriend, you don't have to hustle 24/7, 365 and continue to sacrifice your health, your relationships, and your sanity to be a successful mompreneur. As a small town girl living in a lonely world to a six-figure mompreneur, I am here to teach you how. There is a better way, and this podcast is your one-stop shop for all of the how-tos, the encouragement, the life hacks, the success tips, and of course, a little side of tough love. This is the Mompreneur Life Remixed podcast. So let's do this. Welcome back, friends, to the Mompreneur Life Remixed podcast. I'm so glad that you are here listening to this episode with me today. I hope that you will leave encouraged, empowered, and just a little brighter, a little more pep in your step today after listening to this episode. So if this is your first episode, welcome. My name is Martine Williams. I am your CEO or your Chief Encouragement Officer. I am for sure, that is my superpower. The other day on Instagram, I shared an article that had been featured in, and one of my friends said, "You're just so encouraging." And I'm not saying this to be prideful, but I know that that is the gift that God has given me. And that is for sure my superpower. So you can for sure find encouragement on this podcast on every single episode. So today I wanted to talk a little bit with you about quotes, about limiting beliefs, maybe, some things that and stories you have on your head that are on repeat. If you didn't know this about me, I love quotes. Like literally, I'm looking around my office right now. I have a plaque that says, "Live your dreams." I have another framed sign that says, "She designed a life she loved." That was a new one that I purchased shortly after God brought me into the season of rest. I have a little organizer thing that says, "Believe in yourself." I have one of those snow globes that says hope. I mean, I'm surrounded by words of affirmation, encouraging scriptures, encouraging quotes. And that is very, very intentional. Number one, because, what goes in comes out. And there's enough negativity out there with social media and the media in general. Things coming through your inbox, maybe some, toxic people in relationships that you just can't get away from. So there's tons of negativity coming towards us. And for me, I protect my mind fiercely. And one of the ways that I do that is through surrounding myself with affirmations and quotes. And I literally have t-shirts with quotes on them. I have signs, again, by my desk. I have jewelry that has things to remind me of, my worth and what God says about me. And so it's just a really important part of my own personal and professional development is to surround myself with those kinds of things. And I don't know about you, but with a quote, to have a quote for the day or to have just that little one or two sentences that you can think upon all day and to kind of keep your mindset in the right place. And that's how I feel about quotes. And it's so funny. I have a friend, I know she's going to hear this and she's probably going to send me a DM, but she literally said, like, after listening to several of my episodes, like how many quotes I drop in these podcast episodes. She's like, "You legit need to write a book that has nothing but your quotes in them." And most of them are not my original quotes. These are ones and words that other people have spoken that I have just lived by. And I do have a free resource for you if you don't have some quotes or you want kind of something to start with. It's called Mantras That Motivate, and we'll include the link to that in the show notes. And they're not, again, all my original quotes, but they're just quotes there that have really guided me as a mompreneur over the last 15 years and 16 years. And I just keep kind of adding them on there. And I was at a dinner one night and it was a business event, and I was talking to a peer. We were talking about this idea of, being stuck in your business or being frustrated or whatever. And it just kind of came out. I just said, I believe being stuck is a mindset, not a position. And she was like, "Whoa, pause. say that again. And I said, I believe being stuck is a mindset, not a position. And she was like, that is so good. Like literally with like in 10 minutes, she had it on like a Canva graphic and texted it to me. So you've probably heard me say that before if you've been on or listened to any of the previous episodes, but it is true because there are times where I have said or felt stuck, but I realized that I was deciding to stay there. I was choosing to stay there because I wasn't trying anything new or, maybe attend an event where I'm going to be in the place of most potential to get unstuck because I'm going to have a mindset shift, maybe invest in a coach or attend a training of some sort. Like when we're not making those other decisions, then we're choosing to stay stuck in our mindset first. So I wasn't implementing new things. And I can remember feeling this way in my business. And I did not want to go to this event. I did not want to go. I didn't want to put on, the face of the encourager. I didn't want to put on the face of, oh, everything is great in my business. And, just all the things when you show up as an influential leader to an event. I just did not want to. But I understood the mindset of, where can I put myself in the place of most potential to change, to get some inspiration, to be encouraged by someone in the room who can, see right through me putting on the fake face, and can really encourage me, or to just have that person that I can just be raw and real with and kind of share, or hear that new exciting announcement and training or something that I can implement back into my business and my life. And so I went, and it was really hard. And I don't remember taking a ton of notes because honestly, like it was funny. We broke off into a small group and they wanted me to kind of guide the discussion. And as an influential leader, they're all looking to me for all the answers. And I just had nothing. Like I really had nothing. And I really tried to just facilitate discussion and get, ask them questions and bring some information out of them. But being stuck really is a mindset and not a position. And that is a quote, since that's kind of what we're talking about, that I keep in the forefront of my mind, because it could be you're feeling stuck in your marriage. It could be you're feeling stuck in your parenting. It could be you feel stuck in your goals for your fitness. And just remember that it's a mindset, and try to adopt the mindset that you're just one idea implemented. And that's the key word there, implemented away from reaching that next success and that next goal. When we start believing the lie that we're stuck and we start playing the blame game, and again, I'm speaking this from experience. So I'm not saying like you're the only one that does this. I'm speaking from experience for sure. Then we give away our power. Like when we start blaming other people and other things for why we're stuck or why we're in a rut, we give away the power to be able to do something about it, right? If we own the responsibility that our thought life, our mindsets, our actions or inactions put us in the position that we're in today, then we also can be grateful that we have the same power to undo some of those things. And I'll never forget, one of my coaches said to me years ago when I was kind of in one of those places, she just basically said to me, she could tell I had just some major stinking thinking. And she said to me, whenever you're ready to get out of this slump, we'll reconvene our coaching, because it doesn't matter what I try to teach you or what skill set I try to hone in on. Like your mindset is so in the slumps and the dump right now that it doesn't matter what I tell you, because you're not going to implement until you change your mind. And so until you've decided that you're ready to get out of this slump, we're going to stop the coaching. And the call pretty much ended. And I remember thinking, wow, okay. And I remember texting her like 24 hours later, and I'm like, wait, I don't want to be in this slump. No, I am ready to get out. Like, I need you to help me, get out of the slump. And she was just like, I just want to make sure like you're ready to move out of it, because it sounds like you're kind of getting comfortable, right? Sometimes we can get comfortable in that position, because we know that it's going to require change of mindset, change of discipline, change of habits to get to where we're wanting to go next. And so sometimes it's just more comfortable, honest, to kind of get down in that pity party and in that slump and just kind of in that funk and just kind of stay there for a little bit, camp out, watch a few movies, eat some junk food. And we need people like that coach, to speak the truth in love. And I've shared multiple stories of people in my life that have done that for me. And I really want to encourage you in this moment. If you don't have someone like that in your life, seek it out. It could be a coach. It could be a mentor that you need to hire, because you're paying them to tell you the tough stuff, right? Maybe it's just a friend that you have not given permission to speak into your life, or who hasn't earned the right to speak that into your life. Whatever it is, like, we need those people, y'all. I'm telling you, you need to have those people in your life. So seek them out. They're out there. You just have to seek them out. And sometimes that is exactly what is holding you back from going to the next level in your business, from, reconnecting in your marriage or developing a better relationship with your children, is just being honest with yourself, with where you are, being honest with someone who can encourage you, but also challenge you to make the changes that you need, and to cheer you on along the way. So until you've decided that you will no longer be stuck, and you realize that it's a mindset, not a position, you will stay there. You'll stay there. And the thoughts we have, the things we tell ourselves over and over again, really do dictate our behaviors. Our behaviors are born in the mindset. So if we continually tell ourselves, I'm stuck, or we speak negativity over our situation, then we're going to continue to produce from that same mindset, right? Like, our brains look to confirm what you're saying to yourself. So if what you focus on expands. If you're focusing on the negativity is going to expand. If you're focusing on the possibilities, then possibilities are going to expand.
Do you enjoy this podcast and you're wondering how you can start your own? Well, you're in luck. We help entrepreneurs launch their podcast in 4 weeks. My name is Haley Murch, and my team and I manage this podcast. I'm a podcast expert who specializes in helping entrepreneurs launch their podcasts. Podcasts are a great way to expand your audience, provide a free resource for your audience, and to grow and monetize your business. We have openings this fall to help entrepreneurs start their podcasts. We would love to help you achieve this goal before the end of the year. Don't keep waiting. The podcast world needs your voice. We also offer support after the launch process to help maintain your podcast, and we do provide other services to current podcasters. If any of this sounds like something you want to do and need support with your podcast journey, please contact me at hello@haleymerch.com, HAILIMURCH.com, or see the links in the show notes to book a call. We cannot wait to help you start your podcast.
So what if you could flip it to say, instead of saying my business is in the tank or my business stinks, you could say, I am working to grow my business. So that tells your brain to look for opportunities to grow your business, as opposed to reminding you of how stuck you are in your business. How about, I am getting stronger at the gym? Instead of saying, you know what, I can't, this is just hopeless. I'm never going to be able to lose the weight that I want. Then you're going to start seeing ways and reasons why you're not going to be able to lose the weight. But if you're telling yourself, I'm getting stronger at the gym, then you're going to see ways that you're going to be getting stronger at the gym. I am working on my marriage, instead of saying my marriage is just never going to be exciting again. And these are things that I've said to myself. So these are the ways that I kind of flip the script. So you could say, I am working on my marriage. I'm working on creating date nights. The positive mindset, right? Changing that mindset, and so that you'll get a different action. Instead of saying my business is awful, you could say my business is growing, because you're doing the things that you need to do that. So if you're finding yourself saying I'm stuck or believe in the negativity, I want you to stop it right now. Like, just cut it out. One of my friends, Brooke, says, just cut the crap. Like, just cut the crap. Cut it out. Stop talking to yourself that way. You wouldn't tell your worst enemy some of the things that you tell yourself on a daily basis. And I want to challenge you here. And I'm pretty sure I've talked about this on another episode, but in case you missed it, start documenting the things and the stories that you're telling yourself. Really write them down, and then try to figure out a way to flip that script so that you can stop saying you're stuck. Because if you keep telling yourself you're stuck and keep speaking negativity over yourself, then guess what? You're going to stay stuck. So stop it now. Like today. Seriously, friend, stop it today. Maybe you need a fresh perspective on your marriage. Maybe you need just a new idea implemented into your business, into your health gains, maybe a new routine, maybe a new workout outfit will help with that, a new habit. Change what you're saying to yourself and you will see a difference in the actions that you take 100%. One of my favorite speakers that we have had that I got to see at one of the events that I went to was DeWitt Jones. And if you have not heard him speak, I think you can find some of his stuff on YouTube maybe, but he's a National Geographic photographer. And he shared in this session, this keynote, the story of the stone chipper and the cathedral builder. And this is the perfect example of perspective in whether you feel stuck or whether you feel like you are going places. So if you haven't heard this story, and it's like an old story, but I don't hear it very often. And it was just so impactful to me when I heard it. But basically, this man is walking through this courtyard and he sees two men doing the same thing. They're chipping away at this stone. And he goes to the first man and he's kind of slumped over. He's got this like angry look on his face and he just looks disgruntled and just, those people are just like mad at the world. And he asked them, what are you doing? And he said, I'm just chipping away at this stone. And so he walks down and he sees another man that's right beside him. And he's doing, again, the exact same thing. Yet his demeanor is he's got a smile on his face. He's got energy in his body. He's, putting forth his best effort. And he asked the man, he said, well, what are you doing? And he said, I'm building a cathedral. Two people doing the exact same thing. And what's the difference? It's the perspective. It's the exact same thing, the exact same job, but their perspective and their feelings about what they were doing is what made the difference. One is, just seeing the day in, day out tasks at hand, the chipping away, while the other one has a bigger picture, a bigger vision. And he realizes that he's making an impact. He's building a cathedral. And I don't know if you've heard that story, if you just had like a huge aha moment about wherever you're finding yourself today listening to this episode, but their perspective and mindset changed how they responded to that day and day mundane chipping away at the stone, right? And it's required to achieve the vision. You have to have the right perspective to be able to achieve your goal. Having the correct vision, the cathedral builder versus the stone chipper, makes the biggest difference in how you choose to show up for work, how you choose to show up in your marriage, how you choose to show up at the gym. Because it is those small, consistent, daily actions that help you get to the health, the fitness level that you're looking for, to get to the marriage connection that you're looking for, to get to the, excitement for your business. Look, there are all things in every business and every marriage and just in life in general that we just don't want to do, right? That just don't make sense or they're just not fun. I mean, let's just say, laundry, dishes, making those business calls, getting those reps in at the gym, scheduling in the date nights, getting the babysitter, like all of those things. But your perspective on, number one, why those are important and where you are going because you're doing those activities will completely change your mindset on those things and will completely keep you from thinking, I'm stuck. I'm so stuck. So which one are you today? And let me just say, there's no shame in your game. I have been both the stone chipper and I have been the cathedral builder. And I'll probably flip-flop between both of those. I tend to stay more on the cathedral side because of fiercely protecting my mindset, keeping my body active, getting enough sleep. All of those things play into your mindset. That's for a whole nother episode. But it's just a great reminder and to reflect on what's your perspective and what's your vision. Is it small, like the stone chipper, that these small things really don't matter? Or do you have a broader vision as the cathedral builder. And you can take this analogy to pretty much any major area of your life and think about which one are you being. And here's what I want to say again, no shame in which one you are. I don't want you to feel bad if you're in that stone chipping mentality right now, because we've all been there and we'll probably all go there again. But there's power in being aware of where you are right now. So when you do get around your accountability partner, or you do get to talk to your coach or your mentor, like, just be honest. Even when you're praying to God, like, just be honest. I was at a Bible study last night and we were talking about emotions and not suppressing your emotions. And, even with God, like, just be honest with where you are. He already knows how you're feeling. So just be honest with yourself. So then you know what your next step is to change, to shift that perspective, to understand that this is just a mindset. It's not a position. I don't have to stay here, but I'm choosing to stay here if I continue to tell myself that I'm stuck. I hope that makes sense. So it is the small, consistent disciplines, the daily habits that gets you to building that cathedral. So right now, which one do you relate to, the stone chipper or the cathedral builder? Well, this is a short episode for you today. It was just something that was on my heart. And again, we'll put the mantras that motivate in the show notes, a link to that in the show notes. If you would like to get your own copy of that, I highly recommend that you print it off, put it somewhere where you can see it, maybe take a screenshot and put it on a screensaver on your phone. Or if there's just one of those quotes that you see on there that you're like, you know what, this is the one for me for right now, then print it out and put it on a piece of paper, write it in your journal, put it somewhere where you can see it every day, write it on your mirror, whatever it takes to protect your mindset and to help you to move forward, because things that are in motion tend to stay in motion. And the hardest part is getting started. So get started today. Number one, stop telling yourself you're stuck. Stop the negativity. Stop that stinking thinking that you have, and really reflect on, where are you right now? Are you a stone chipper or are you cathedral builder? And I am believing in you and cheering you on to be the cathedral builder very, very soon if you're not there yet. Love you. Mean it. Talk to you soon. Well, that's a wrap, friends, for this week's episode of the Mompreneur Life Remixed podcast. Thank you so much for listening and for following the show. It means so much to me. And listen, friend, sharing is caring. So if you loved this episode and thought of some fellow mompreneurs who could benefit, send them the link. Share this episode or take a screenshot and head on over to Instagram and share and tag me at Martine31Williams. We are connected on Instagram, right? It's where you will get all the fun behind the scenes of my life and business as a mompreneur. Until next time, know that I am believing in you always.